Hola, mi gente. Welcome to another episode of Sazon Sessions.
Mhm.
I am back with the Barbie.
Yes,
If you don't
I
recognize
am
her, then you can
right.
go
I was.
back
What episode
to,
was that?
I don't know, I lose track of my
I think it was like.
episodes.
I think it was like
But I
episode
know
five.
it was about self love.
Yeah.
So if you go back to episode with self love, I think that was
Go
like
all the way back. Yeah, go all the way back. Just start from the
four.
beginning if you haven't like
Yeah,
even tuned in.
yeah. Just go back to the beginning, and you'll find it.
Right. Self love.
Yeah. But today we're not talking about self love. We're talking about boss bitch.
She's like click click click.
We talk about money and
Yes, please.
business.
Mhm.
Something
And
totally different.
entrepreneurship and
Yes.
discipline and all the good stuff.
Yep. Because I need to
So
learn from you because, I be trying and then I just get kind of overwhelmed with stuff and then I just stop.
girl, it doesn't stop. That's the thing. It doesn't
I
stop.
I know, because usually
Yeah.
I do my little business during the holidays,
Mhm.
but there's like so much more that I want to do
Yeah.
that I just like. It's about time management too.
How you feel, right? How you fit it in your schedule. Like how
Yeah.
there's not enough time of hours of the day that we could just fit it all in. But it's
Like,
having that structure though, because sometimes we do have time and we put our time into other things, but we have to, keep on pouring into ourselves. But it's not easy at all. It's for me. Again, if whoever that doesn't know me and is on this episode right now, I am Barbie one, and I go by Marisol. You can also call me Barbie. I own Barbie's Custom Corner, and I've been doing this for about, I think it's going on 3 years actually. Next month,
nice.
yeah, the end of next month is going on 3 years since I actually like had a 9 to 5 that I was just over assistant manager full time and
Hmm.
working for somebody else
Right.
and making money for them. And don't get me wrong, I always loved every job that I did, so it doesn't matter if it was a 9 to 5. I put that same effort into what I'm doing now. But
Right.
we also have to like think there are people out there that's working a 9 to 5 doing their own business, and I give it up to them because sometimes you lose focus and it's really really hard to try to do what you love for you when you have to
Hmm.
maintain this, because that's basically what your income, your sometimes it's hard, sometimes you don't get orders, sometimes you can't see certain things like you will see in a 9 to 5. But again, remaining that focus on both is amazing. And even if you're just doing entrepreneurship like me, which is, sometimes sometimes it's bad days. Sometimes it can be a whole week that I don't get an order. There can be days that I have orders, and it's like, okay, to just learn how to flex them both, because even if I'm not getting orders, I'm still going to show up. I'm not going to
Hmm.
show up half assed. I'm definitely going to show up and I'm going to just give my all. So even if whoever been tuning into me, and I am Barbie and Barbie's Custom Corner, I've been trying to lay low a little bit, but
Hmm.
right now I'm just like regrouping, learning new things. Like now that I'm like, okay, it's been 3 years, I want to start new, like different things. And
Yeah.
right now I haven't said anything yet, but I do have a business review coming in. So
Ooh, look at
yes.
you.
So
I'm so
I'm trying to
excited.
announce it probably like the end of May, June-ish, definitely
Okay.
before the summer.
Nice.
So I'm excited. It's definitely gonna be a part of it's gonna be separated from Barbie's Custom Corner, but I will be promoting it everywhere. So again, Barbie's Custom Corner will be doing the stuff. So it's all in one. And I'm
That's
excited.
awesome. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously wearing your merch because I can't
Yes.
talk about your business and not have your merch because,
Right.
of course, we both came up with the idea. Well, I came up with the idea and you just bring my ideas to life, which I
Yes.
always appreciated. And then, of course, I wanted something else from you, but you weren't there yet.
Yes.
But,
And
I got to support my Puerto Rican lovelies. And, of course, like I have my little, oh, wait, I love this. But I have my glass. I'm so
yes,
excited.
I was
It looks
so
super
obsessed with
cute.
that.
I'm so
I was
obsessed.
so obsessed with that. I was like, listen, I need one because I have, I don't do cups and mugs and stuff, but
Yeah.
I did support, other brand that, oh my God, my mug, it's to die
Oh
for. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
love
I'm
it. It has like
very like,
rhinestones. It's cute.
I don't even use it that much because I'm just
Hmm.
like, I don't want to mess it up. Like she's super
Hmm.
cool. Like, shout outs to Enid. Um, but she sends you this little thing inside the box to how to take care of your tumbler. And I was just like, this
Uh,
is super cute.
yeah,
And
because
then of
we
course
have to
I
be
have
really,
this
really
one
gentle.
that you brought to my life. Let me tell you,
Yes.
I love everything that you've done for me. So for those that are
Hmm.
not watching video, it's my little brother's autistic, and I saw an idea and I kind of just reached out to her. So it says I wear blue for my brother, and then inside the heart with the puzzle piece, it has my brother's name on it.
Hmm.
So I will post it
Yes,
when this
yes,
drops
because it
so
was
you guys
definitely
can see
autism ones.
everything.
That one, I was like, oh my, and I love the fact that every it's all different type of designs that come because some people
Yes.
do come with a design, and I don't ever want to copy somebody else's design, so I try to like
Mhm.
tweak it up to my fonts, to how I like it, and
Mhm.
it's me, put my flavor into it.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably like 70% of the time I'm literally creating the design. So they're like, okay, I want this type of party, and they're turning 3, and boom boom boom, and I have it, and I try to create it to the best of my ability. And yeah, I love the fact that people really trust my designs because I don't make logos. Let me put that out there. I do not make logos. I have to put that out there because people actually charge to make logos.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm like doing certain things, so it's like an all in one when you come to Barbie's Custom Corner. I try to, again, it's, you can contact me. We can sit here and communicate when it comes to certain
Mhm.
designs. There's people that came to me that couldn't really get exactly what they wanted placed.
Mhm.
So listen, we can communicate. We can talk it out. Right
Yeah.
now, again, I'm upgrading, and I'm so excited to show everybody what
Yeah.
I have in store.
The lady that you made the sweater for. So I
Hmm.
have this, those that are listening and not watching. So I posted, like, some people saw my shirt at work and they were like, "Oh my god, that is super cute." So I was like, "Yeah, my friend made it. She makes shirts, she makes sweaters." And so I spoke to Mari and I was just like, "What if we switched it? What if we took out my brother and we put like my students? I wear blue for my
Hmm.
students, and obviously we'll take out my brother's name." And so I started showing an example to my coworkers, and they loved it. The
Hmm.
girl that's what the sweater, she's like, "Oh my god, I love the material, and it's so good." And I was just like,
Yes.
"Yeah, like I always get all my designs from her. I don't go to
Mhm.
anybody else because I'm just like, of course, like." Like we said in our old episode, that we've known each other since junior high school.
Yes.
And of course, if I know that you have a business, like, I'm gonna go for you first,
Hmm. So
because
blessed.
how I look shady as fuck to go to somebody else that I probably met, but I've known you for years.
Right.
Of course, I'm gonna support your
Hmm.
business.
And again, if there's something that I don't personally do, I love
Mm-hmm.
supporting everybody else. So I know on my Barbie's Custom Corner platform, I try to follow other businesses because there's so many different businesses. Like, if I don't do it, I can
The
point to you to
directions, right?
the right direction, because
Yep. I
it's
remember when we were
all
talking about
about,
the Tumblr thing, and you was like,
yeah.
I was pointing to the directions, and then
Hmm.
my friend started up her business, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like, I know she was starting, so I was like, let me just keep watching her stuff,
Hmm.
and I kept watching, and she was just doing really, really good with her stuff, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
because,
okay,
and then
let
if
me
she just
keep.
started, that's amazing. Because that Tumblr, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah, I think she's been doing it for
mhm,
maybe a year now,
that's good.
and so I was just like, let me support my
Hmm.
boricuas, of course. And
Yes.
so she's down in Cali now. She recently got married and now she's in
Oh.
Cali. And so yeah, she, like, I gave her my idea. And same thing like you. She put it together,
Hmm.
gave me the example, showed me how it's gonna look, and I
Hmm.
was like, "Oh my god!"
Hmm.
I was like, "I'm
Yes.
in love."
Now you want like everything, and that now you have that design. Which, listen, that design, because we was going a little back and forth,
Oh my god,
but
yes.
We finally got the
This
design.
one was so complicated.
I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, something is definitely was missing in the beginning. But once you put that in the back, it just
Hmm.
put everything together. I'm like, again, you have to like play with it. And once you got it, I'm like, okay, Bia, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
design.
Because even like my first shirt for Sazon Talk, that
Hmm.
was created by one of our podcast members from our network, Andre. He like
Okay.
literally sketched that out for me. And then, because I told him, I
Yeah,
was
with the
like, I wanted something like
swastika.
a bow or something like that, like a
Hmm.
pilon, something like that. And I wanted like the seasonings going inside. So he
Hmm.
created it. And then I sent it to you. And then
Yeah.
you put everything together for me. And I was just like, oh my God, this is what I saw.
Hmm.
Because that's the thing. Like my job, I'm more of like I can picture it in my head, and it's very very rare that I can find exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like this one, like I had the
Hmm.
idea, like we had the picture and then the
Hmm.
microphone, and then it wasn't until one of my friends was just like, because I wanted the Puerto Rican flag in the back.
Oh, okay.
And so he was just like, why don't you do it more like international? Try finding
Yeah.
something that had more than one just a flag, like for
Hmm.
everybody else. And I was like, okay. So I started
Yeah.
researching, and then I found that whole big flag with all
The globe.
the
Yeah.
flags. So I was just like,
That
oh,
was
this is
perfect.
perfect. And then you fixed it up for me, and I was just like, this is
Hmm.
it. This is what I want.
Yes, it came long because again, song. So
Yes.
that spice, that
Yeah,
Hispanic.
because I
So
was
you
like, of course,
definitely.
like,
Hmm.
it's the sazon. The whole point of it is spices,
Hmm.
and obviously these conversations are just not any ordinary conversations.
Right.
So of course it's gonna have some spice and stuff like that to
Hmm.
it, and then sessions is just different episodes that I have.
Hmm.
So, but going back to your business, how did you come up with your line?
So remember, well, a few. I can say like again 3 years when I first started. My store closed. So my regular 9 to 5, that store closed.
Okay.
So once that store was closing, they gave us options, if you want to transfer to another store or we just wanted to like, just take unemployment. And at that point, I was already on my mindset that I wanted to start a business. So me and my ex-partner, you remember Humble Couture.
Yeah.
So that's actually how it started first, but I was always doing customs. I just never had a name for it. So I
Hmm.
would help other people that wanted like, different sayings or birthday shirts, gender reveals or for their music. And still enjoyed doing that. So I'm like, you know what? One day I'm like, I don't want that to connect with the other brand because
Hmm.
that's not what is it about. So I started Barbie's Custom Corner and I was the name was like I'm like, okay, the name is like the hardest thing when you start a business. That's one point.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
this is what sticks. Listen, I think that's like the most stressful thing because this is what's gonna stick with you and you have to, you can change it, but that's like so much to change marketing, change everything.
Yes.
So when you pick a name, it's like you have to let it hit you. Like when you Sazon sessions, like
Yeah.
that it hits you. So I had to honestly say Barbie's Custom Corner, Barbie's Custom Corner. I had to, my mom couldn't even say it. And then she's like, wait, what is it again? I'm like, because a lot of people don't know of customs. They can say customize or,
Yeah.
customization. They'll know. But when you say custom, so I just wanted to be a little unique and throw that in there. And I
Hmm.
have to throw Barbie in there.
Of course.
Yeah, so I, started doing that and continue doing my customs because I love, bringing other people's brands to life too.
Hmm.
The other brands that I've helped. There's a lot of different companies besides like, if they're doing like maintenance and stuff. Besides the gender reveals, I also want to like expand and do other things besides, t-shirts, onesies, hoodies, sets, besides clothing. But again, I don't want to spill the beans.
Of course.
But stay tuned for, Barbie's Custom Corner
You're gonna have to
expanding.
follow
Yeah,
her
follow.
Instagram to find
Yeah,
out.
that's it. If you guys know me, I'm crazy with the reels, I'm crazy with the TikToks. So I'll definitely be posting again. But sometimes, as again, a business owner, it takes a lot. So we also have to take a step back.
Yes.
So right now I try to take the step back, regroup, learn a lot of different things that, I didn't know before. There's so many things I can do with my machines, and I'm like, why am I sleeping on all of this? And I could be doing so much more. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted that mug, I'm like, okay, I need to learn, and I should have disciplined myself enough to do it, even though I'm grateful that, you got it from your other friend.
Yeah.
But, it was just something that,
Listen, I'm gonna be
pushes me.
buying way more stuff from you, so you don't
No,
even have to
listen,
worry
right. I'm
about
at this.
that.
The mugs are coming. The mugs are coming now. No, but I just love um learning new things. So I definitely want to expand and be versatile all in one when it comes to Barbie's Custom Corner. And then yeah, this other business that I have, I don't want it I don't want to feel like I'm overwhelming myself. I feel like right now this
Right.
is a great opportunity. It's been a little over a year. Yeah, a little over a year since Home Couture, had like put it on pause.
Hmm.
So I just want right now something to call my own besides Barbie's Custom Corner.
Of course.
I have so many different ideas. I help other businesses with their brand, and I'm like, damn, they got some fire. I'm like, damn, I can do this. I can, but I want to do what they ask for. But I'm like, let me
Hmm.
not push it. But I have so many different like designs, and my mind is just pacing with different things to do. And I'm like, okay, relax, a step at a
We get
time, a
so
day at a time.
hyped once you start to like do stuff. It's just like the I don't even know how to say it in English, but in Spanish is the el ánimo, the desire. Like it starts to
Yes.
be like you want to grow from it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I felt. Like I of course had Sazon talk,
Mm-hmm.
and just because of our schedules, like it's hard for me because I live in Harlem, but I work in the Bronx, and then she
Yeah.
works in LES, but then she also lives in Brooklyn. So like our
Oh
schedules are
yeah.
just crazy, and so for now, because there's certain topics, of course, that she's not comfortable with talking with, but I'm like an open
Mm-hmm.
book, and I don't give a crap what I talk
Oh yeah,
about.
yeah. Yeah, you
So that's how I
raw.
was just like, I just want to do something by myself. And,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of trying to figure out the name. Even with the Sazon Talk, we had like people vote for it because we had like different names.
Honestly, I remember. I voted.
Yeah,
I definitely
I think I
remember
gave
that
you a
time.
list
Yep.
and I think you voted.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it came to Sazon Sessions, I don't even remember honestly how the name came about.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody was just like, why don't you just keep the word Sazon and give it sessions? I think it might have been Andre. I'm pretty sure it was because at that time, obviously, we were together. So we would
Mm-hmm.
talk a lot about business because obviously he has his podcast.
Yeah.
So, but every time I do like a session, like right now, this is obviously
Mm-hmm.
going to drop. I don't know when yet because I'm trying to like get a good
Plan out.
chunk of, yeah. So I have
Mm-hmm.
you. I have another one not dropping, but I have another one that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen on Friday, hopefully. And
Okay.
then next week I have another recording. But I'm trying to like my producer was like, you know what, like
Mm-hmm.
take the break that you need. And it
Mm-hmm.
was more from like my mental health and for like my own health and need.
Yeah.
So he was like, take the break that you need, and when you're ready, just have some already scheduled so that you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
feel overwhelmed with looking for episodes to record out in the
Yeah.
week or whatever. So I was like, okay, so I'll do that. So that's exactly
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to do now. Like I have you, and then I have like
Mm-hmm.
three other ones pending. I have other ones
Okay.
that I want to do. It's
Yeah.
just the time and everything. It's not
Yeah.
just on me, like on the
Yeah.
people
It's both of
too.
your time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might do like one or two by myself again,
Mm-hmm.
like how I did the one by my dad.
Yeah.
And then and so on and so forth, because I was just like, some people were talking to me and I was like, you know what, I've
Mm-hmm.
actually never told this story, so I could do this for some
Yeah.
social session, so I'm not tell you anymore and just listen to my episode. They were
Yes.
like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. You can't give them all the nitty gritty, Amanda.
Right, because then they feel like I already heard this, I don't need to listen to the episode, and it's just like, no,
Mm-hmm.
now you do.
Yeah. Yes.
So but all right, so we spoke about how you got into into your business, how you got the name. I should have wrote things down because, of
Oh
course,
wait,
when I
because I
sent them
also
to you,
wanted to say too
yes,
what me and Janeri was talking about, because I think it's very important
yes,
when you have, just entrepreneur. You're just an
Mhm.
entrepreneur and you just have a business. And you have to have more discipline. And I feel like with me, I have it. And then I feel a little overwhelmed sometimes because the business, my personal life. So now
Yes.
you have to sit here and separate that. And I feel like with a 9 to 5, I was great. So if I'm sitting here, I'm working 10, all day as a full-time assistant manager and I'm entering work, but I had a bad morning, I'm putting a smile on my face. So
Mhm.
why can't I have the same exact energy into my own business and have that same structure? Why get in my bag and I'm sitting here in bed now, I'm stressed out when I could just get up and do what I gotta do and have that discipline of like, okay, this is my hours. So snap out of it, Marisol. Snap out of it. And I'm like, okay, I definitely want to get into that and just not create so much different distractions to void out priority.
Mhm.
So I think that's very, very, very important.
Yeah, it's definitely time. Listen, there was, once upon a time when I was going to church, they actually did this conference about
Mhm.
time managing and managing money. And who was I talking to? Dang it. Was it my aunt? I was talking to somebody recently. It might have been you. I don't remember. But I was talking to somebody recently,
Mhm.
and they specifically were saying they need to start teaching students
Mhm.
about time managing and managing money,
Yeah.
because they teach you math and they teach you reading, but they don't teach you how to be an actual adult, how to save
Yeah.
money and all this, how to make money. They're just like, test here, test there, and
Yeah.
okay, goodbye. And that's about it. And I'm just like, so when I had that conference about time management and money management, it blew
Mhm.
my mind because I was just like, holy crap. And it was just
Yeah.
breaking down like credit cards and learning how to build your credit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's very important in general because even like, we're both in our 30s.
Mhm.
And, my friend recently asked me, she asked
Mhm.
me and my other friend if at our age, are we are we where we thought we would be at, something like that.
Mhm.
And I said no,
Yeah.
because for those that have listened to my episodes, I
Mhm.
never expected to be 30 and divorced.
Right.
I expected to be married and to at least have a kid and to
Mhm.
be far into my career.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the way that my life went,
Mhm.
it happened unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So sometimes we plan out things in our lives and just shit just happens. So
That's not really like
that's
a lot
something
of
that they need
planning.
to teach too. And it's just
They
like,
It's very important they have to teach that because I mean, not everybody household, let's talk about that because not, I don't remember my my parents actually talking to me about credit, you
yeah.
know, and all that. So if you learn that in school at least, because it's all in math. So everything you talk about subtracting and multiplying and all of this. And it's like,
And
okay,
division and
it's
ratio, and it's just like, what do
yeah.
fractions have to do with my
Right.
career?
Can I just get a 750 at least to score credit? Um,
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
Like,
yeah.
it all builds because when I finished high school, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do,
Hmm.
which is pretty much where I'm at now. But except
Yeah.
that my family wasn't agreeable.
Hmm.
They wanted something more for me, and that's
Yeah.
not what I wanted.
Hmm.
you know and then now it's just like, and I get this entrepreneurship from my father,
Hmm.
because my father, he also makes shirts, he also does his
Hmm.
own things. He's now talk Actually, I don't think I should say that because he'll kick my ass for it, but he wants to do something
So
as a
don't say it, Amanda.
family. Yeah, he wants to do something as a
Unfiltered.
family that's gonna
Hmm.
be awesome. And
Hmm.
so, but he does like this thing called Whiskey Rebels, where he's trying like different whiskeys and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so, but everything is just like gate earning money.
Hmm.
And so I'm always trying to find ways to earn money.
Mm-hmm.
besides my, it's not 9 to 5, it's a 8 to 3:30, whatever the shit is.
She said it's not matter what. It doesn't
Some
matter
shit
what
like
time
that.
it is.
Listen, I'm
Because
up
you'll be
at
like,
five
okay, let
thirty
me
in
get
the
my
morning.
311.
I don't get home till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then my day is still not done yet because
Right.
I either in the
It's
gym
your
or
life.
I'm home
Right.
cooking or trying to figure out an episode.
Right. It's ongoing. It's just a cycle that just don't stop. Don't.
Yeah. Like I said, during the holidays, of course, I have my coquito business.
Yes.
And there's so much more that I wanted to expand from. I started about 2 years ago. I really wanted to get more into my Puerto Rican roots. So I started following more like TikToks and stuff like that have to deal with like Puerto Rican businesses that
Yeah.
they make different foods from Puerto Rico, desserts from
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, and so that's kind of stuff that I started doing. I started doing like arroz con dulce. I just made tres leche like a couple of months ago. And that shit came out so bomb. I was so excited. I was just
I've
like,
had
oh
this in a
my
minute.
god.
It's been a minute.
Oh my god, it came out so good. But I changed it up because I did it more like the lady that I follow, she did it like a coquito style. So it's the coquito
Oh.
recipe and you put it into the tres leche. Shit is so
What?
bomb. And you can add liquor if you want to.
Oh yeah.
It's
I'm
so
gonna need
good.
some of
And I
that.
topped it up
I
with the
need
the
me.
frosting and some strawberries and the shit came so good.
Oh my god, it sounds
I
so
was so
good.
happy. And I was just like, I've been wanting to do that. I have the empanadas or pastelillos, whatever you like to call
Yeah.
it. And, at certain points, I'm like super motivated. But then I feel like what gets me less motivated, and I know this is where we wanted to talk about too, was that people don't like to support you, or you raise your prices, and then people are just like, never mind, type of thing.
Yeah.
And it sucks because obviously, like the prices that I've had before for my coquito were like on the cheaper side.
Yeah.
But then,
And normally a lot of people sell, when it comes to that, they sell it at the same price. They don't really be too like extremely high.
yeah.
Unless,
So
I
I
don't know, the bigger
normally,
bottles.
like, I used to sell it before. I think they were $20 a bottle. Rather it had been Hennessy or Bacardi, I was selling it, but they're like huge bottles.
Yeah. Depending on
And
the liquor.
yeah, so normally what I do, I have a warehouse across the bridge from where I live, and I go there and I buy the liquor because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And because if you go to the regular liquor store and you go there, you compare the prices and you're paying so much less at the warehouse compared to a
Yeah.
liquor store. So I started going to the warehouse, and then of course, you need the crema
The
de
ingredients.
coco, you need the
Yeah.
coconut milk, and all these other ingredients, and those prices had went up.
Yeah.
So I was budgeting everything with my friend, and he was just like, "If you keep selling it like this, you're not making a profit." And I was just like, but then people are not going to buy if I raise my prices. And he goes, if they really like your product, they will buy.
Pay that price. What I
Yeah.
told the girl, I listen. Yup, like Fat Joe said it. Pay that fucking price. Period. And it's not to be, a bitch or because I feel bad sometimes when a person really wants my stuff and they can't afford it. And
Yeah.
you have all different types of support. Even the low key ones that don't even want to tell you, but they still watching because majority of them is gonna watch. They're gonna be watching. They're gonna be watching
Yeah.
you. It's fine. And when they watch you, other people's gonna watch you because they watch me. It's just an ongoing thing. But I remember when a person did tell me, like, when I did start my business, how did I basically feel about if like a person would not like it
Okay.
and stuff. And honestly, I thought about it for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, you cannot come in any type of business if you are selling anything, you have to own that shit. Own it. Like if you selling it, be confident. That's what drives people. The confidence. I want to know about your product. I want to really, people just like, okay, I'm selling this. Oh, yeah. And don't really do anything. Like You're not selling your product. I went to a pop-up shop, and there's certain tables that are really sitting down on their table. They're the owner of the table. They're sitting down, watching people walk past their table. I was heat pressing at the same time. I'm greeting anybody that's coming to my table because I want them to feel welcome. I want them to feel comfortable. And when it comes to Barbie's Custom Corner, I can do whatever you want. So they
Yeah.
need to know about your stuff. So if you don't put yourself out there, you're not, if you don't have that mindset, if you don't have that confidence, and it definitely, I don't think that I ever felt like, oh, I'm gonna feel bad if this person don't like it. I love this shit. I
Yeah.
love it. When it came to Humble Couture, I loved it. I love every design. If you don't love it, it's okay. It's not for you, and it's all right.
Right.
And people just have to be, again, more confident and more, don't worry about, just think about your audience. Think about your audience.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my friends and family is not going to make me $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
6 figures. I'm not going to get it from them. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Like, I love I love all my supporters. I love everybody. Even if you like, comment, if you don't like and comment, you watching, I still love you guys. But my audience, I want to expand. So you have to put yourself out there. Right now it's social media. If you don't have TikTok, if you don't have IG, if you don't have Facebook, if you don't have Snapchat, you don't have this other stuff that I don't even know about. If you don't have a YouTube channel, if you have something to promote, like I was just watching I was watching Kardashians. And I'm sorry, but Kylie didn't have no marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm.
She posted on her social media platform, and that's how she got sold out. So
Yeah.
if I wasn't, not the fact that my money don't compare to my followers. I always
Right.
say that. So just because I have this amount of followers or whatever, or this amount of likes, that doesn't mean nobody's contacting me. There's people that purchase from me that never liked my stuff, that don't follow me, that purchase from me. So
Yeah.
why am I sitting here and sweating for people that's gonna like my post or share
Yeah.
your stuff? If people want to, I feel like the more you share, the more you put out there, people's gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
If you know me, I've been doing this for 3 years of sharing and posting. If you know me, you know what I sell. You know what is me. I want to
Yeah.
know what is you.
Definitely, like, one thing that I've learned, because I forgot who I was talking to, somebody else that has their own business too, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh no, honey, like you need to ask for the money up front. And I was just like, okay, because I
That
feel
too.
like that shyness in me, I have to let that go when it
Yes.
comes to business and when it comes to like money, because I've had a lot of people say, hey, I'm gonna buy like 4 bottles from you for
Mm-hmm.
next week, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm already buying the ingredients and making sure I have the bottles, and then you gotta go and
Mm-hmm.
tell me 2 days before, like, hey, I can't get it.
Yeah.
So
I
now
had
I
that
have
happen
my
to me before.
ways.
And then you build your ways. I feel like I am the way I am because I've experienced so many different types already. So
Right.
I'm already like, okay, I'm gonna keep it professional, but I'm going to speak because we could voice our opinion for your business.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to there. I would not be starting a shirt without no payment. I can't do it. I have done shirts and stuff like that, and then they can't get it. And I'm like, okay, now when I'm stuck with a shirt that I can't sell because you want it custom for you, I do customs. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's gonna want that shirt that you wanted.
Right.
So it's definitely difficult in the business aspect when you're in that predicament because you want to be nice, you want to do it, but you can't. It's not being a bitch either. I'm just letting you know. In my business, every business has their rules, and my
Yeah.
policy is the fact that I am not doing anything unless I am paid. And there's sometimes there could be deposits, and sometimes the deposit is not paid in full. You'd be like, I still spend money. You guys are not being mindful. I'm taking my time. And there's
Mm-hmm.
times that people want to place the order without no money. Now I have people placing the order with money. Now I can't do your order because I have paid orders to do.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to feel yourself or feel bad
Yeah.
because you're doing your business. It's your business. It's how
Right.
you run it. Nobody can tell you how you run it. And when it comes to the prices, everybody's price is going to be different.
Yeah.
Pay the fucking price. Every price is different. Everybody does it different. Everybody can be doing the same exact thing. Not everybody's doing the same exact way.
Yeah.
So, you're spending this amount of, you have to margin. You need to get your profit. So if you don't want to spend this price, then it's fine. This is like, okay, I work with only this quality. I don't want to work with cheap quality shirts.
Right.
Even though you want the shirt for $10, I still have to buy the shirt. I have to buy the material. I have to waste my ink. I still have to do it, invest my time to do it under
Mm-hmm.
the heat press. So it's like, make it make sense.
Yeah. Because I've definitely seen, like, of course, like, you want to know, like you said, you follow other
Mhm.
people businesses, so that's kind of what I do sometimes. I follow other, like, coquito businesses, check
Yeah.
out their prices, and then I'm like, honestly, my prices are not bad compared to theirs,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna be brutally honest, this last holiday last year,
Hmm.
I didn't get any type, like, I might have gotten 4 orders
Hmm.
and maybe 10, like 10 cancellations.
And look at that.
Yeah.
And did you do orders that, like, did you do the orders already? The ones that were canceled?
I had bought the stuff. I didn't make it.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so after that, that's when I was just like, okay, something's got to give. I got to
Hmm.
make a change. But of course, I wasn't going to change the money because of course I want to make a profit for myself because this is my business.
Yeah.
And that's why I started adding more stuff. I started adding the arroz con dulce. Now I
Hmm.
have the tres leche, and now I'm planning to make like tembleque and stuff like that. There's so many
Yeah.
other things that are Puerto Rican based that I want to do.
Hmm.
That's the whole point of me going back into my roots because I just want to make Puerto
Yeah.
Rican desserts, Puerto Rican food, Puerto Rican desserts,
Hmm.
drinks. My dad has his business with the nutcracker stuff, and I already told him,
Oh.
I was like, listen, you gotta teach me because
Yes.
somebody's gonna continue your business, you
Right.
know. And so
Yes.
he's just like, of course, even my dad, like he sells coquito too. And when I
Hmm.
first started off, and he was just like, that's way too cheap. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting. That's why I did it the way I did.
Hmm.
And even this last season, he was still charging more than I did.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's just very frustrating because you have the friends, supposedly, and like you said, off camera, you have people that are not even your friends that support your business more than your close
Hmm.
family or friends.
Yes.
And it sucks, you
Yeah.
know? But of course, I'm learning from you. I'm gonna keep learning.
Yeah,
I
and I don't
definitely,
want you don't ever have to dwell on it. You don't ever have to, think twice about yourself because at a point you would think about yourself like, damn, am I doing something wrong?
yeah,
No. This is what you are passionate about and this is what you want to sell. So sell it.
right.
It doesn't matter because again, I honestly I have a couple of Instagram friends that I never met,
Mm-hmm.
but they support me and they've been supporting me before. And again, I was never even the type to make videos and be more outspoken when it came to my page. I just started doing this like kind of after my breakup. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, bitch? I'm gonna talk my shit and just put positive energy out there though, because you have to be humble. You can't. I try not to allow worries or expectations on people and just focus on what I have to do. And again, I tend to fall off. You always gonna like, you know, when you a giver, you tend to like fall off and start giving and
Mm-hmm.
stop pouring into yourself. So I'm trying to learn the discipline and to just stop stop pouring so much into others. You can still pour, but remain, pouring into yourself because it's very, very important. And we have to know. I love what I do, and whatever anybody does, love what you do and own it. And I need to know because there's certain brands that I'd be like, "What you selling? What you doing again?" I'll
Yeah.
be like, "What? Where? What was the last time you posted?" And then you're some people be angry about it, but then I'm like, I don't see what you're selling. But then
Mm-hmm.
now you're saying that nobody's supporting, but you're not even like owning it. You know how long it took me to promote on my page? Probably after like, I can say after the year and a half, after people actually started wearing my brand, Humble Couture,
Mm-hmm.
that's when people started following me. I'm like, are you serious? I've been doing this. And
Yeah.
now, but it's fine. They all gonna come. It's how you present it. And I don't have to be kumbaya with everybody,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep it very professional.
That's how it is even with like the podcast world.
Mm-hmm.
Because I it's very hard for me to be consistent. Because that's what, like, usually when I drop episodes,
Yeah.
I send it to my producer. My producer uploads it.
Okay.
And when I tell him, like, I usually send it to him like a day before, 2 days before, whatever. But I have to text him right when I wake up to
Yeah.
ask him, like, hey, did you drop my stuff? Because I have to start promoting by 6 o'clock in the morning. Because
Mm-hmm.
once my students come in at 8 o'clock, at 8:20, whatever time they come in, that's it. My day is completely
Yeah.
fulfilled. I cannot wait to when
Mm-hmm.
my kids are gone at 1:30 or whatever time they leave, or because sometimes I have meetings right after the kids are gone, or
Mm-hmm.
I have something I have to do and I get out of work at 3:30. Then I'm taking the train home, and then I'm taking the bus, and then by the time I get home, I'm just like exhausted, and I'm like, oh crap. Now it's midday. I haven't promoted my episode. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
wait till tomorrow. So it's really hard to
Mm-hmm.
be
It's hard.
consistent.
Yeah.
I have to, like I said, I have to do it early in the day, because
Mm-hmm.
if I start ready with my routine, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just like I can't. And
But at
so,
least you know where to fit it at, that you could is a
mhm,
possibility. You could fit it in the morning.
yeah,
So
I just like, even just learning how to do
mm-hmm.
more
Yeah.
for, like, oh, my ear is like hurting. Um, just kind of like, what other things can I drop? Besides,
Yeah.
usually what I do is I do little clips, which I've been doing right
Mm-hmm.
now on the Sazon page. I've been taking the old episodes and
Okay.
promoting it, just to kind of lead up to where I start redropping episodes. I take little
Mm-hmm.
clips from it, I post the clips, and then
Mm-hmm.
certain things that I feel like are very important, that's what I add to it. Or I find like memes or something that add to that, like, when we spoke about the
Yeah.
self-love, and then I found that other thing, or when I spoke about domestic violence, and then I posted those
Mm-hmm.
other things. So whatever I can find, I try my best to promote it on the page. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, you gotta not really get those likes, but it's just like you have to
Mm-hmm.
continue to build,
You have
which
to,
is
yeah.
very hard,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And there's
And
times that
then,
I posted a few weeks ago, and then I start getting all these likes from. I'm like, how? And it happens. And you just have to constantly post. Before I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post
yeah,
3 times a day. Then I'm like, there's days I'm like, I don't want to post.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, let me just break it down to 1 time a day, and then I'll just keep these drafts, and I'll post that because that's some even with my TikTok. I'm like, I've been to this TikTok, but I'm gonna post it today because I haven't posted nothing.
yeah, because even on my
Yeah.
TikToks, on my, like, whoever doesn't follow my TikToks, I do a lot of
Hmm.
cooking stuff.
Hmm.
And, because that's my comfort zone. I love cooking.
Yeah.
And so,
Hmm.
and it's not necessarily a lot of Puerto Rican dishes. There's some dishes that I just kind of invented, and I just
Hmm.
did it, and it fucking came out
Good.
amazing. And then,
Gotta warm it
I
up.
say I sell it. I think the last thing I posted, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, I did. I think that's the last one I did. I just
Which
it's
one?
like on the top of my tongue, but I can't remember. Oh, and ensalada de bacalao.
Oh, okay.
And so I think that's the last thing that I did. And but even like, I did a Salvadorian dish, which is was
Mm.
just steak tacos, but like they
Okay.
use
They do it
like
differently.
mustard. I mean, obviously here, because we have more
Mhm.
ingredients, but in El Salvador they're super poor, so they
Yeah.
don't have a lot of ingredients. So a lot of stuff that they use is mustard in their, like, especially in
Mm.
their steak, but it's actually really good. And
Yeah.
so,
I could just imagine because I never really put mustard in it, or even on my taco, I never had mustard. Hmm.
like, yeah, you use it as like a marinade. I
Yeah.
use that. I use I can never say this shit right. So Walsh's sauce. That sauce.
Welsical?
Yeah, I'll have to show you to you later because I can never pronounce it right. But it has like certain different things. So when I make my guacamole, and I
Mhm.
made it known that this is Salvadorian guacamole. Salvadorians actually put boiled eggs in their guacamole. And so my friend was like,
Mm.
"You put boiled eggs in your guacamole?" And I was like, "That's how Salvadorians do it. Like you boil
Right.
an egg, you chop it up really good, and you just
A
mix it,
deviled
and it,
egg and just
yeah." And I was like, honestly, you don't even taste it because you just you kind of cut it down so tiny that you
yeah.
just mix everything together that it just gives it a little nice umph.
Yeah. Because you just take
You
the
know,
texture of it. You don't have the taste because the
right?
guacamole is just overpowering the egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you like, you have the crema and then you have cheese, so you don't really taste
Hmm.
anything else, you know? So, but I had so many people ask me, "But you
Hmm.
put boiled egg in your guacamole?" And since the Salvadorian guacamole,
You gotta so now you have to like do a TikTok of making that Salvadorian guacamole.
I mean, I
Like
did
just the
it
guacamole.
kind of. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I did it together with like
Yeah.
preparing the steak. And then I was
Hmm.
like, okay, while that's cooking, let's make the guacamole. And I already had like the eggs boiled. And that's when everyone was like, wait, you put eggs in your guacamole?
Like right. I would have never thought. My mom would have probably. I need to ask my mom. Did she ever do that? Like,
I
what
mean,
do you
like
think?
different people do different things, which one thing
Mhm.
that I
It don't
hate,
sound so bad, but it's just like I don't
it's really
know.
good.
It's like a
It's really
paste
good.
with the egg.
Yeah. But
Shit,
like
yeah.
people do different things because even like Puerto Ricans, and
Mhm.
I found this out and I was just like, yeah, I hope nobody makes this for me ever again. But like some Puerto Ricans make potato salad with apples. Have you
You
ever
know what's
had that?
crazy? I think yeah, I think I've had it with apples before, but yeah, don't do my shit with apples.
Yeah. Or even like how Dominicans do theirs because theirs is
Mhm.
a total different color.
Uh, yeah, it is. It
So,
definitely is.
I'm just like, people just make different things their own way, okay? Salvadorians do like this. That's it. So, like, now I kind of just like, I'll say like Salvadorian tacos or like
Yeah.
Puerto Rican
Make it
this,
very
or
right.
I
Make
don't know
it
what this is, but I just
very
invented it.
specific. So we know when we buying into this, we know what island we're going into.
Yes.
Cause listen,
But
mm-mm,
I mean, I'm not consistent. Today I was cooking and I was like, oh,
mm.
I should have made a video of this. But I was like, it's too late now. Like I'm already almost done making the
It's on my plate,
chicken.
right?
Yeah, I was like, the potatoes is already in the oven. It has like 15
Mm.
minutes left. I was like, there's no point. There'll be another time. And then there was another time that I was, because you know how sometimes when you have your things in your draft, it doesn't always stay for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was making lasagna rolls and I
Mm.
started the preparations for the video and I had forgot something. And then when I was like, oh, let me just record it now, my draft was gone. And I was just like,
Oh,
fuck
the
you,
whole thing.
TikTok.
The whole
Yeah.
thing.
So I was like, well, now there's no lasagna rolls video. I was
Until
like,
next
you're
time.
gonna have to wait until I make it again.
Damn, yeah. I'm like, well,
Because
it's
one of
done.
my
This is
friends
how it
sent
looks
it to
afterwards.
me. Yeah, she sent me a video. She said, "Oh, you should make this." I said, "I did." It didn't. It just didn't go with the TikTok. I said, "Got it in my
TikTok didn't
stomach, but
draft
not
it.
in TikTok."
On TikTok. It's been like that though. I'm doing a whole video and I'm like, where'd my video go? That's why I have like my draft is so crazy. So I draft. And then I like the fact that like TikTok now, like you can go edit and add videos and do other extra stuff because before once you like draft it, you really can't do without it. And I'm like the same thing with IG because I'm all about my reels mostly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, now I need some updates because my it's not just go away and then I have to do this video again and I just practice for 30 minutes.
Right. It's like I had 30 minutes, 30 seconds left, and you fucking deleted all my shit. All my footage is gone. And I've had like, people that I follow on TikTok, they were
Mm.
like, there was a Arroz con Pollo episode today, but it got deleted. They were like,
Right.
you're gonna have to wait till like next week or something, and it's like, okay,
Until next time.
yeah. But that's something that I try to support doing on my TikTok. I was doing
Mhm.
like church stuff,
Yeah.
which is funny because I don't go to church anymore, but it's just something that I was passionate about when I used to go to church.
So wait, what exactly you was doing on the videos?
So
You was
it's
like,
this thing that's called pantomiming.
okay,
So the best way that I used to
what is,
describe it
you
was
said
like
pantomiming?
pantomiming, yeah.
Okay.
In Spanish it's called pantomima. So
Mm-hmm.
basically a song will come on, like you play a worship
Mm-hmm.
song and it's kind of like sign language to the song. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
miming. You ever heard miming?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think it's the same miming as
It's
I'm
not the
thinking
same
about.
thing, but I know like certain churches call it like
Yeah.
miming, but it's like sign
Mm.
language to a song. But it's just
Okay.
like, like people have praise dance and all this other stuff. So that's
Yeah.
something that in my um it's not just my church, like in my type
Mm-hmm.
of Christianity, that's something that we did.
Yeah.
So it was something that I used to enjoy doing in my church. So I was doing it for a little bit, and then I decided
Mm-hmm.
to do cooking videos because actually, my sister is like learning to cook, and because we both had a mom that didn't really take the time to cook with us, so
Right.
I learned on my own. My aunt taught me like Bake City and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, but everything else I learned through like YouTube or just finding recipes on
Or
Pinterest
nowadays
and
you
stuff
can
like
find,
that.
yep, you can
Yeah.
find shit anywhere. Yep.
So my sister was like, you should
Excuse
like
me.
post these videos and stuff like that. And I was just like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? I'm gonna do that. And then I
Yeah.
do, but then it's like I said, sometimes I'm already cooking. I was like, shit, I should have just recorded this.
Yeah.
But then it's just like the whole setup and then so normally what I do, I record on my phone, like
Mhm.
not on TikTok. So
That's
I
what I
take
do.
like little skits.
Yes.
And
That's what
then
I do
when I
most of the time. That's
finish,
what, yeah.
yeah, then when I'm finished, I go on TikTok and I just put them all together.
Yeah. That's honestly most of my Barbie's custom corner videos are like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sitting here and going on TikTok and when I'm doing the product, no, 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 no. I'm
Hmm.
taking little videos, I'm doing this, boom, boom, just in case if I have to go back, delete or whatever. If I'm
Yeah.
not using that video, it's much easier. And then when it comes to TikTok, it merges with any song for real. It moves with any song. It'll
Yeah.
like flip whenever the timing of the song. And then with Reels, I just kind of wing it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm fit. The perfect song. So how is yeah, the
Yeah,
beat
that's
is
something
known.
I have to get. I haven't done any reels,
Mhm.
so I have to like learn to do them.
But look, even when you're doing your TikTok, you can just convert it into a reel. So just post it
Okay.
on, yeah. So you can go to right to reel and then upload your TikTok video on there.
Okay.
And then you just have to be careful when when you want to target a certain audience, use them hashtags, girl, because they work.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
something my producer would say. Use the hashtags, and I'm just
yeah,
like, I'm gonna need like this hashtag type of. I think there was like an app. I don't know if it's still around because I'm just
yeah.
like, I
But
don't know what a
sometimes they be putting
hashtag.
like 50 type of hashtags. I'm like, be easy. Can I just like use four different
Yeah,
hashtags? Try to
I'm
put the
just like
main
you.
one.
Sometimes I be like old pages, you would see like so many. Like you click on
Mm-hmm.
see more, and there's just more hashtags, and I'm just
Yes,
like, this is too much. This is extra.
it's too much hashtags. I'm like, and sometimes it's not even good to like use the really really high
Mhm.
hashtags that are really really known because girl, your joint's gonna get lost
Yeah,
into the whole for you page basically.
yeah.
So,
But I'm gonna wrap this up because my phone just said 10%, and I was just like, okay.
ooh, girl, I'm scared to even look how weird mine is at. Because
Yeah,
I
it just
was
literally.
charging it
That's how I
earlier,
was
and
just
I'm
like,
like,
oh, okay. It just said, hey, you got 10%. I'm just
I
like,
was
oh,
like, okay,
I should probably charge my
tap it out.
phone. But Marty, let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, so obviously they can find me right here. So that's my IG. I believe that's my TikTok too. I think so. It's I am underscore Barbie1. And you can also find me at Barbie underscore custom underscore corner. And yeah, with that other, I have other URLs because my business reveal what I'm not changing the name to
Mm-hmm.
until, next month. Maybe next month,
Yes.
maybe June. But I'm definitely learning a lot of things. So definitely stay tuned and follow my TikTok because I be doing dumb shit on there.
Listen, I love waking up and like clicking on your because it shows me a little picture and I click on it and
Mhm.
I've been like I just be laughing and I'm like this is my highlight of my day.
Girl, I swear to God, I'll be in here by myself. Again, I really
I
don't.
think
I
the
just
one that had me
plug it out.
dying was the one with the reflection of the water
Yeah.
and you just went
Right. It says, I think get back with your ex or drown. Girl, I'm drowned.
yeah
And then I came back out like a dolphin.
yeah
I do random stuff. And honestly, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wing it. I'm not going to do this all over. It has to be raw. It's better when it's raw.
yeah. Definitely.
Hmm.
But for those that don't know, I finally
Hmm.
created a Sazon Sessions page on Instagram.
Yes, definitely go
So
follow
go follow
that.
Sazon Sessions.
Hmm.
And then, of course, my Instagram is lovelymandy615 because my birthday is June 15 and it's coming.
Oh
And
my
Maddie's
God,
birthday is August
Gemini.
15.
Yes, yes, yes. It's definitely coming. Leo and Gemini vibes. Even though Geminis are crazy. They crazy.
Not
But that's gonna
all.
be another whole episode. Yeah, crazy. Mhm.
But Maddie, thank you for so much for
You're
talking
welcome.
about
Thank
your
you for having
business
me.
and giving
Thank
me
you.
some feedback because I feel like I learned today.
Yes, and we
And I
definitely
know if
have to
I
like.
learned, I know other people learned too.
I hope
So
they did.
I'm
I
gonna
hope they did.
post when I
Boss the
drop
fuck
this.
up. That's it.
When I post this, I am going to say bring a notepad
Yes,
before
because you're gonna
listening
need
to
it.
this session.
You're gonna need it.
You're gonna. Because I'm
Hmm.
definitely gonna go back,
And she's gonna
rehear this,
rewatch
and
this.
take my
Yeah.
notes.
I might need to do that too because listen, I told you I've been like off track and I have to get back on track and it's okay.
Yeah.
So we were talking about self love, even though we wrapping it up. Of it's okay to start fresh and step
Yes.
back and then come back. It's all right. It's all right because we come
Because
back
the
better. We just have
comeback
to.
is.
It's like you gotta
Mm-hmm.
recharge your phone. Let's recharge. Let's plug up.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta take that break.
Yeah, like
Because
your
the
phone.
comeback is better.
Like your phone that's on 5%.
For real, I was about to say, hello. It's gonna
Wait,
pop
they're
up
like.
in a few minutes. It's gonna say you want to die and just forget about
Hey,
this
we need to
episode,
save this
huh?
video. I hope it saves even die. So let's go save this video.
Yes, we're gonna go. And
Thank
thank
you for
you for
having me
joining
again.
me. And
Yes.
this has been Sazon Sessions.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bye.